Big fan of Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Anybody listen to Super Talk? And this next lady's been with us on a number of occasions, and I'm so pleased that she's back. If you listen to Super Talk 99.7, she'll be no stranger to you. She's one of the best news people we have in all of Middle Tennessee, and she's going to sing our national anthem for us, and that is Miss Pamela Furr.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stars and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I'm so honored to be part of an amazing legislative team representing Williamson County. And for those of you who don't know, Williamson County has one state senator, and we have 3 state representatives, 2 of which are here tonight. Brandon Ogles, by the way, sends his regards. He's not feeling well tonight, and so he couldn't be here. But Sam Woodson and Glenn Cassidy are 2 of my dearest friends, and they do an amazing job representing Williamson County. Now, they're on the ballot this year, and they have Democratic opposition. I just want to say this. There's Democratic opposition that would like to turn Williamson County into San Francisco. Do y'all want that to happen? I don't either. Or maybe Chicago. They want to turn Williamson County into Chicago. Guys, please do everything you can to get out and support Sam and Glenn and Brandon. They all have Democratic opposition, and they're doing an amazing job. Y'all give it up for our state representatives from Williamson County. Y'all please give a big Williamson County welcome for the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Tennessee, Randy McNally.
Thank you, Jack, and thank all of you. And I want to know who's going to win the presidential race on Tuesday. There you go. And that's because of Tennessee and because of your interest and because of the turnout. We're going to have a great turnout, but I'm very fortunate in that I get to serve with all these gentlemen, and they do such a tremendous job, especially Jack, who's our Senate leader. And actually, he's the one that works with the governor's office to craft the package that the governor brings us in the Senate and to help shepherd it through the Senate, and does an excellent job. And I'm so proud of him. Let's give him another big hand.
So things are, I think we would all admit, are a little kind of messed up in Washington, D.C. And but one of the things that we can be so proud of here in Tennessee is the amazing representation we have representing us in Washington, standing firm for our values and what we believe in here in Tennessee. And one of those individuals who's going to come out next to speak to you is a dear friend of mine that I served with in the state Senate before he elevated to the United States Congress. And let me just tell you this, if you want someone fighting for you and standing up to Nancy Pelosi, there's no one better than my dear friend, Congressman Mark Green. Give it up for Congressman Green.
Jack. You're very kind. Thank guys fired up? 2 more days to 4 more years. How about that, huh? It is an honor to be here. It's an honor to support my friend Jack. I just flew in from Virginia. I was there helping some House members get elected and re-elected. I've been in 6 states in the last 5 weeks, fighting to get Nancy Pelosi out of the Speaker's chair. Talk about crazy, that's Washington, D.C. Talk about leadership, that's Jack Johnson. I mean, right? Jack. It was great working with Jack for those years I was in the state Senate, learning from him. People follow Jack Johnson, and he's in the position of the majority leader in the Senate. They don't follow him because he's in the position. They follow Jack Johnson because of his heart, his love for the state of Tennessee, and his character. The person of Jack Johnson is why people follow him. Jack, thank you for having me here. Thanks for your work with the TMAC to help the employees in the great state of Tennessee. And I think you carried Governor Lee's heartbeat bill this year. Thank you so much for that. And I know he's going to come up here in a moment and speak, but we got to really appreciate a governor who's willing to stand for life, right? I mean...
So we got to do everything we can to make sure that we send our next speaker to the United States Senate. Please welcome our next United States Senator, Ambassador Bill Hagerty.
Great to be with you guys. Thank you. And thanks for all you did to make sure that I was on this stage with you tonight. And thanks to more than anyone, I want to say thank you to my wife, Chrissy. My wife and kids have been just terrific through this. Jack, the last time I was here with you, I had just gotten off the plane. I was still jet lagged, but Chrissy, the kids have been just terrific as we've gone through a wonderful journey, meeting so many of you and making such great friends. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. The energy that you shared with me, though, is critical to get out right now to make certain that we have 4 more years of Donald J. Trump. There is so much at stake. This boils down to a choice, my friends. A choice. A choice between the freedoms that we know and love, our freedom of religion, our Second Amendment freedoms, life, the sanctity of life, the freedom to become whatever you want to be in this nation, to live the American dream. That's what's at stake. Our freedom versus socialism. Look at the policies they want to bring to bear. Nancy Pelosi wants to give $1,200 checks to illegal immigrants, defund law enforcement to the tune of $600 million, and let criminals walk free. While she wants people here in Tennessee to pay off the debts of states like California and New York, who've been so irresponsibly managed. As Jack said, if we let Chuck Schumer become the Speaker, could become the leader of the Senate, they're going to pack the court. You won't see another judge like Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Let's hear it for her. No, they'll put partisan activists on the bench. They want to put 4 more of them, so they can begin to legislate there, make the Supreme Court a super legislative body. We cannot allow that to happen. And they're going to make our nation and the world less safe. Domestically, they're talking about defunding and dismantling the police. Sheriff Rhodes, come on, we know that that cannot happen. We cannot let that happen. Here in Tennessee, we respect law enforcement 120%. Yes. And internationally, the peace that we've seen is unprecedented. Look what happened when President Trump moved our embassy to Jerusalem. We've seen peace break out in the Middle East. We've seen mortal enemies like the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, sign unprecedented peace deals. Sudan just came on board. This has never happened before. That's leadership. That's why we need 4 more years of Donald J. Trump. That's why I plead with you, all of you, to get out, to tell your friends, tell the people you worship with, tell your family members to please get out and vote on Tuesday if they haven't already.
Thank you all. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be here tonight. I have to tell you, I brag on Williamson County and our Republican Party and our Republican women everywhere I go. I'm telling you, you all know how to turn out the vote, and you're just such a model for other counties in our state, but also for other counties in other states. So thank you so much for being dedicated to the cause of freedom, for showing up, and for making certain that Tennessee stays red. I gotta tell you, I just appreciate it so much. You know, they keep talking about the big blue wave and saying the big blue wave is going to wash. I keep telling them, we are the great red wall, and we are going to stop this big blue wave. So, we appreciate that. I also want to say thank you to Jack, and for the great work that he does, and for the fact that every year he pulls this together so that we as Republicans can come together and we can celebrate freedom and freedom's cause, and can join together and say, we are in this together to protect our country and to protect our freedom. So Jack, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Bill Lee.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. What a sweet spot this place is. I've had a lot of good memories here. With a lot of people in this room that I know well and that have had much to do. I'm grateful for the friends that are here. Especially grateful for one person that's here, the First Lady of Tennessee, Maria Lee. I've met a lot of First Ladies. She's the best one in the country. I will say this. I have the privilege, because of what I'm doing, to talk to governors every week. Sometimes dozens of governors. We talk about what we're doing in our states, the challenges that we have. I have come to realize, especially in the last 6 or 7 months, that we are incredibly fortunate to be Tennesseans. And you know why we are? Because of the type of leadership that we have standing on this stage, leading our people through this challenge. So Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally has been a mentor to me. He's been in the state legislature for a long time, and I've been in my position for less than 2 years. I go to him a lot. He's a great leader. Now, what he does is he leads the Senate in a way that you would be very proud of, that I've come to understand and recognize. Jack Johnson is not only the leader of the Senate, he's my senator. This is my county, as you know. He's my senator, and we work together very closely to bring forth the things that we know that are important to you and get passed, like the most comprehensive pro-life piece of legislation in America. Working with these leaders that are citizen legislators has been an incredible honor for me. But then this year in particular, I've had the great privilege to work with all of our federal delegation, our congressmen, our senators. So my former congressman, Marsha Blackburn, who is now my senator, who has been an incredible, she too has been a mentor for me through the years as I watched her lead. And we have the privilege to speak regularly now. I have calls with our federal delegation, with my congressman, Mark Green, to talk about the ways that the Trump administration, who has been, in spite of what you might hear otherwise, I know firsthand what it's like to interact as a governor with the President of the United States and his administration through a crisis. And I have nothing but positive things to say about our President and how he has helped Tennessee navigate its way through this crisis. The Trump administration has been incredibly helpful, and you should know that, besides the President himself and what he means to this country, what his administration has done to help states like Tennessee through the challenges that we face. It has been incredible and a real privilege for me to be a part of. I'm excited too about Bill Hagerty and us getting to start talking weekly on a regular basis too when he becomes our next senator. So there's been a lot said about values and principles and conservative ideology and the way that we believe this country ought to run. That this is a government of the people, that government closest to the people is the best kind of government, that government overreach. There's a real clear divide between states that are run by governors who believe in government solving the problem and states that are run by governors who believe that the people solve the problems. And So we've seen that, and I think you've heard up here from all the speakers tonight, the things that matter to us, the First Amendment, religious liberty, things like religious liberty, so incredibly important that we protect it. Things like the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms, and the fact that this legislature, we brought forth a constitutional carry bill last year, and because of COVID it got set aside, but you can trust that this governor and this legislature will protect your right to bear arms by the Second Amendment. Pro-religious liberty, pro-Second Amendment, pro-life, pro-economic prosperity, pro-opportunity for every single person that lives in this state and in this country. Those are the things that we believe in, all with a foundation of liberty and freedom and protection of those things that allow us to continue to be the most exceptional nation in the entire world. We are that, we will stay that, and Tuesday will be a part of how we stay that. I'm certain about that. One of the things that we see and hear a lot through this crisis is fearful and scary and gloom-filled and dark and afraid and very disheartening at times if you listen. But I'm a person who has always believed that God, in my own life, in your lives, likely you have the same story, but God takes the most challenging things in our life, the most tragic moments, and He makes them transformational. The greatest challenges, and He makes them an opportunity. The Scripture says that suffering produces perseverance, which produces character, which produces hope. I have so much hope, in part because of the challenges that we face as a nation right now. We're on the cusp of what I believe may be the most hopeful season in America going forward. We need to remember that. We need to remind one another that we do live in the greatest nation in the world. And what this opportunity to vote and to ensure that this country continues to move that direction, every single one of us have the privilege and the opportunity to do that. So let's go forth in this next week and into this next season with a great deal of hope and remind all of the rest of America why we are the greatest nation in the world and we will continue to be so. Let me finally say, it has been an incredible honor to serve you. I never knew some of the challenges that we would run into the last 7 months. Hadn't always been the most fun job the last 7 months, but it has been profoundly valuable. It's been a profound opportunity for me, and I sincerely appreciate the opportunity that you've given me to serve you as your governor. Thank you very much, and thank you for these remarkable leaders.